I'm Clay Newman. This is the Zoo Review. Today we're going to be talking about Toucan Sam's ornate cousin, the Great Hornbill. These dudes are best recognized by their namesake, that giant horn atop their bill. It sort of looks like two bananas, like if somebody forgot what they were doing while they were making a banana split. It's there to help resonate the bird's calls, plus show sexual maturity as the horn grows. The males and females have the same plumage, which always gives you a couple extra points as a bird. Males are slightly bigger, and the only real way to tell them apart is the males have black skin around their eye, while the females have a pinkish hue to it. They're mostly black and white with a little bit of yellow. Their tails are technically white, but throughout the course of their life, they shit all over them and become an off-yellow color. Like a lot of other hornbills, they have long, sexy eyelashes for some reason, and when it comes to adorableness, you're not too bad, Great Hornbill. You got a score of 15 points. These are big birds. They've got over a 5-foot wingspan, and they are loud. Even their wings flapping can be heard for over a mile across the jungle, and their call, because of the reverberation in that bill, it is loud. They use it to communicate, of course, with other hornbills out there. It helps them mark territory. It is always kind of sad to see a bird try to mark territory out there in the zoo. It's like somebody being on Tinder during the quarantine. There's just no point, buddy. Now, the beak looks like it could poke your eye out, but I think unless you're a lizard or a male hornbill getting in the way of another male hornbill fucking, I don't think you have too much to worry about these dudes. As far as badassness goes, they've only really got a score of 4. These birds have one of the most intense breeding and nesting rituals I've ever heard of. It starts with aerial combat. The males fly around, barrel rolling and headbutting each other until a female decides which one is sexiest. Once they partner up, the female will find a hole in a tree and bury herself in there, barricading that hole with mud and poop. And if you're wondering where she gets that mud and poop, it is from the male, who flies down to the forest floor, eats said mud and poop, regurgitates it into small little pellets, and gives it to her like building blocks. It's basically the most disgusting version of Minecraft you can imagine. The female will build herself into a little prison with a small slit in there, which the male uses to shove food through to feed her and the chicks. They could be in there for 6 weeks, and sometimes this process is so intense that the males die before the chicks have a chance to come out. Ladies, ask yourself, will your man eat poop and regurgitate it just to make you a home? If you say no, maybe you should think about fucking a great hornbill. In terms of intelligence, they are birds, but these are pretty damn cool traits. I'm going to give them a score of 14. The most special skill of the great hornbill is its great horned bill. This thing is so big that its first and second vertebrae are fused just to be able to support it, and its long, curve-like structure is perfect for eating figs. While they will get wily and eat a lizard, snake, mouse if they can catch one, they will usually eat tons and tons of figs. They can eat up to 150 in one day, and their droppings help create fig forests across Southeast Asia. As far as special skills go, pretty helpful for their environment, but not the coolest of all the animals out there. They get a score of 8. Good news, you guys. The great hornbill is only listed as nearly threatened. That's pretty good for the streak we've been having on this show. They are, of course, reliant on forests, and while they do populate forests across Southeast Asia, the fact that they need to nest in trees means that if those trees are gone, so are the great hornbills. But luckily, like a lot of other animals we've talked about, they are adorable enough for people to try to save. Apparently in Thailand, the government will give stipends to people to just watch a nest. And how the fuck do you get that job? I want to watch a nest for money. Will they make it? Finally, a little bit of positive here for a change. Not too much, though. They get a score of 10. Well, great hornbill, you are just above average as far as an animal goes. You've got 51 points, which is good enough for 10th place. You have knocked the mallard out of the top 10. If you want to do better, eat a little something more exciting than figs. You're just not going to be on the top of the badass list unless you're close to an apex predator. Thank you guys again for tuning in. I'm going to try to keep to 3 of these a week, so check in on Friday. We'll have another one of these puppies for you. You have a lovely rest of your day. Goodbye.